Howdy folks, Richard Johnson and welcome to World of Tanks. This is the G.W.Tiger.P. It is a rank 8 or tier 8 self-propelled grenade artillery piece, RT, scumbag as some of you refer it. Let's just check it out in the tech tree. There you have it, it comes after the Gewehr Panther. For all of you who knows and have played with the Gewehr Panther, I've seen a review and all that, you know that that tank has an extremely good gun arc, gun traverse. It has its gun on a turret and it can traverse that turret very much to the sides. It's very wide. That's not the deal on the G.W.Tiger.P. This tank has nearly no traverse in the sides at all. So that was the first major fault or major how to say problem with it when I bought it. I was experienced with the Gewehr Panther that you nearly never had to turn the turret around, the hull around, due to targets was out of your traverse range. But on the G.W.Tiger.P you nearly have to do that all the time. So positioning your tank and aiming at the right or the correct positions before the enemy pops up there and and be ready to fire at them is very crucial with this tank. It's not only this tank, it's all of the tanks that has very bad gun traverse. So my first 4 battles with this tank, 3 of them, I think it was, no, 2 of them, or no, wait, it was 3. 3 of them resulted in that I couldn't see the battle since some mods all of a sudden appeared to fuck me over. So I bought the tank, I bought some gold, I switched some equipment around and all that, and up to play the battle, and I could only see the loading screen. I could not hear the battle. I could hear the battle. I could hear the tanks firing around me and that, but I couldn't see anything. All I could see was the loading screen where you see 15 versus 15 players, the loading bar down in the middle, and little tips and tricks text coming up and what map it is and all that. So right, that was it. After a little while, the game was loading back into the garage, and I have got a penalty. A written penalty saying that I was in action. Okay, so I Alt F4, I dropped the game, I started up again, was making sure that I could, doing this, I was popping around in all of these different browsers and all that in the game. And then, well, yeah, let's just try again, maybe just a one-timer, but no, it happened again. And I have no idea why, but yeah, same thing, could only see the loading screen, hear the battle in the background. I died, I haven't moved an inch, got fined because I got a penalty of fine due to I was in action and all that. So yeah, send a mail to the Wargaming support telling them the issue and like, could you please remove these fines? I don't want to have like a mark in my checkbook and all that. But he says no worries if it happens once, twice only so, but if it happens like one time every day in a certain amount of period, they will take drastic measures to fix the issue. But he says nothing to worry about. And right, so I uninstalled the mods, all the mods, and thinking, well, that must be the only issue. And yeah, uninstalling all the mods made it playable again. I have not installed the OMC mod pack and all that again yet, because I just want to be on the safe side to wait a little bit, so they maybe update the patch or the mod so it will not stop or freeze at the loading screen. So I am now playing this game completely vanilla, so to say. I have loaded up with 21 high explosive 170mm shells. I have my chocolate, my small first aid kit, manual fire extinguisher, and repair and ammunition and all that. I can't have anything on the tank due to it weighs same as its maximum load limit, so I'm thinking of going for tracks first, so I can have a spall line. I mean, I can have a tank, big artillery tank on ram or something like that. But it kept me wonder one thing. I mean, these tracks makes me be able to stack more things on my tank. It makes me able to have camonet and all that. But I noticed that this gun weighs less than the stock gun. So if I would go for this gun, equip that, so sell that, this tank will weigh less than it was before, and then I could add all that stuff directly after getting this gun, and then I can go for tracks and engines instead of going for tracks, add-ons, guns, and engine. So yeah, I'm thinking of going for first the gun, then tracks, then the engine, and yeah, then the next artillery. But that will take a year or two. So I was going to show you some gameplay footage, or I'm going to show you some gameplay with the G.W.Tiger.P, and hopefully we will do some damage with it and do well in it. It's not easy to win games when you're playing it from an artillery view. I mean, there's not so much that you can do that can affect the team's ending or how you will win the game. I mean, all you can do is do damage to tanks, but it's not like you are certain to hit the tanks all the time. So, like in a heavy tank, medium, if you aim at them, you fire at them, like 90% you hit them, you penetrate, you do damage and all that. In artillery it's more like you have a 30-second reload, you aim, you have this huge aim. When it's done aiming, aim it on the tank, fire, oops, missed, right, new 30-second reload time. I think this has 32 seconds. And then do the whole process over. So maybe you be able to fire 6-8 shells that are well aimed, and maybe 2-3 of them will do damage. I'm gonna turn those off. So I'm thinking of positioning myself at A1, since there's often lots of high tier tanks at F1, G1. You can see down here to the map. It's the normal issues or the normal procedures as on every map. Team divides into right and left, some go middle, and you have your heavy corners, you have your mediums area, you have some tank destroyers in the rear, you have some scouts in the middle and all that. And your artillery far in the back. So you can get past this AT-15 and position us in those bushes at A1 over there. Hopefully no one spot us, since we're driving on a hill now. We have had a burglar in the tank. I can see we're missing 2 shells over there to the right and 2 on the left side. Thieves. Sneaky thieves. I hope these tanks are gonna move up further, since I don't want to like have the combat so close to me here. Since I'm not that very fast, I'm very heavy. I'm a very heavy artillery, 75 tons, and I'm not very fast either. So hopefully they will move the battle up a bit and spot tanks over here. You can see down here to the left, that is the gun arc. That is the arc to the right and left that I can traverse my gun. Not very big. I'm gonna show you how far to the both sides. Yep, that bush, the middle of that bush, to that side. So we have this area to fire in at this distance, but if we increase the distance, we will have this area perhaps to fire at. So it's depending on how close you're aiming, how close the target is, and yeah, it's more or less just how close the target is. Hopefully we'll hit this tank with a shell. Since it has no armor, we are likely to do full damage to him. Just wait for him to stop. There, fire. Hopefully we hit. Oh yeah! Full damage on him. Reload. I have a G.W.Tiger.P coming up. You can see it's barely that we can hit him, so I'm gonna traverse the tank a little bit to the side, lock it down with X button, so the tank doesn't start to traverse when we hit the limit for our gun traversing in sideways. Did you know that ST Emil is actually Saint Emil? I didn't know. I checked it out for like 2 days ago. Oh yeah, damage baby, 413. This gun, 170mm, can do average of 1400. If we have a premium ammunition, we will have the same damage. We have a little bit better penetration, but we will have a huge splash radius also. Alright, you can see it's starting to get outside our gun arc again, traverse arc. Turning the tank a little bit, and then we have to aim the whole process over. So this is what you're fighting with when you... This is the most thing that you're fighting or problem with when you're driving a artillery piece. The gun arc in sideways, the gun traverse in sideways. Unless you're driving a G.W.Panther or a low tier artillery, or the top tier 10, I mean the tier 10 artillery on the French side that has a turret. There he is. Just move that bitch, and he's out of our arc. Damn it. Just telling them I'm gonna aim. Maybe I should take shots at those tanks over there instead, since they are practically more standing still compared to this Tiger that is backing off all the time. It's likely to be standing over here at, you can see where it's going down a little bit, where he has this little crest that can hide his lower plate. T25AT, don't have an angle on him over there. G.W.Panther, there we have him, and he's moved again! But he's in our arc. Let's see, aim, and he's standing still. Perfect, fire, hopefully we hit. Ah, he backed off, damn it, so close. And we're gonna have to reload all over again. So yeah, this is what you're fighting with. All the time, you have this, you have full aim on them. I don't mean you have the full aim on them, that is a very good artillery. But you are aiming, you are fully aimed, aiming on them, fire, and you miss so close nearly all the time. So often that you have close splash, that was close, they're saying, or we barely scratched them, or whatever they're saying. And you can see, cannot fire on that Tiger. Right, if he backs more we can. No, don't think he's maybe. No, don't think he's gonna back anymore. Let's see, we have some tank destroyers over here. Want him to be spot again, since I have a 33.42 second reload. I don't wanna just take a shot and then hope it will hit. Fire. Yeah! Bullseye! Let's see if we can take the G.W.Panther later on. They're pushing up with a G.W.Tiger.P, IS-8, KV-4, T-29. We are actually losing, but we are advancing. We are pushing into their territory, but we are losing. It feels weird, but yeah, that's because they have so many campus. We're losing tanks when we are pushing. What I should do now, as you can see that the whole map is empty on the middle and east side, I should actually be driving over to E1 nearly, so I'm not alone over here, but I'm not gonna do that. Don't know why, because yeah, I don't have the time nearly. Just gonna take a, no. I was going to take a random shot where you can see what crosshair is, but the gun arc is fooling me over. There we have the Tiger. And yeah, sure, I have done some damage. I got two kills. I'm the only one in our team that got 2 kills. I'm gonna blame this one on the matchmaker. I'm not gonna say the bad players, but I got a bad team. Yeah, maybe they did their best, but that doesn't matter, since the artillery, I am the only one who got 2 kills. Then we have an IS-8 with 1 kill, and an SU-152 with a 1 kill. I can bet that every one of the else did damage, but none of them was firing maybe at the same target, so I bet they have lots and lots of tanks that have low health, but yeah, nearly every one of the enemies have lost health, but so few of them have been killed. Hopefully that will hit. Yes, very good. 3 kills. I think I will have a, yep, I was gonna say I think I will have a visitor here soon. So I was gonna go for a third person view and wait for them to appear, but yeah, they got there too fast. All we have left is IS, never mind, we have nothing left. But yeah, driving arty is maybe not the best thing to do if you are doing it alone. In a platoon it can be really good to do it, since if you platoon up with heavy tanks or mediums, or maybe one spotting tank and a heavy tank, so they can one, defend you if the enemies are pushing hard. They can spot targets for you. If you have like that Tiger, when they stopped spotting him, I was just aiming at that location waiting for him to get spotted. In that position, when that circumstance, you actually need a spotter on your platoon to light him all the time, so that you can, when you're fully aiming at his location, he will be spotted, so you can fire at him and don't have to wait all the time. Heavy tanks and mediums that can help push at the same time, detrack and all that when you are firing, so that you can coordinate. In this match, all I could do was just tell in the players, I have this long reload, I'm firing at this target. That doesn't tell them that they have to detrack him, that doesn't tell them they have to fire at all the other targets, that doesn't mean that they have to spot him and all that. But if I were in a platoon, I could just say over voice comm, like on TeamSpeak, Skype and all that, attack now this side, I've killed that guy, spot here, detrack him, do this and do this, because you have a very good overview. You can see how everyone is angling and all that. Well, they have problems seeing that. Like that Tiger 1 example, when he was standing behind that building. If the IS-8 on my team were in my platoon, he cannot see how the Tiger is standing. All he can see is that he's standing behind a building. But I, with my overview, can say, alright, he's facing the right side, push on the left side instead. And then he's doing that, and it shoots him out. So being in a platoon is really helpful when you're playing artillery, because if the team starts to lose, you are lost nearly. There's not much you can do in an artillery that is this big, this slow, that has this reload and all that. We got tracks, fuel tank, and tracking gunner. Let's see here. Yeah, 3,000 damage did this Conqueror do. He did not get any kill. The Tiger 1100, no kills. 700, no kills. 1200, no kills. I mean, look here. Nearly, alright, he was a Spartan, not easy for him to do damage, but nearly everyone did a huge amount of damage. Sure, the enemy team did more damage since they killed all of us, but still, 3,000 damage and no kills. That means that they have fired against lots of different targets. Can I see how much health they lost? Alright, hits received, none. 3 hits received, 1 penetration. 4. Right, and he wasn't dead. 4 hits and 4 penetration. He received 14 hits, 7 penetrated. 8 hits. 2. Artillery didn't get anyone. 3. 8. 2. And that's Tiger, so I didn't do. Alright, he was maybe AFK or something. But still, I mean, firing at all different targets just to get lots of HP doesn't win you the game for it. Just gives you a big damage output. But if you want to gain credits or XP for that damage output you need to win the game also. I mean, I did 1,895 and got 275 XP only. Sure, with a premium 415, 412, but still, if we had won that game, I would be likely to do some more damage, since the game would last a little bit longer perhaps, so they would spot more tanks and all that. But say 2,000 damage would give me, with a winning situation, roughly around maybe 40,000 credits. and since we will win also times 5, that will be roughly around 6 to 7,000 credits, 7,000 experience perhaps. So you see, winning is more important than just doing damage. So if you have 2 tanks, one with 50 HP, one with 500, you shoot at the one with 50 HP, because 1 gun less is more important than 2 guns that are wounded. Simple mathematics. 2 guns that can do 250 damage are more important to take out than taking out 1 gun that can do 250 damage out of 2 is more important than just damaging 2 of them. I mean, I know it sounds very hard, doesn't it? But yeah, I thought actually the first thing I thought when I did this video now, that is, I'm gonna have a very bad match, I'm not gonna do any damage at all, I'm not gonna hit anything, I have very bad aim and all that, but actually I'm very surprised with this tank. It doesn't have the best gun elevation. I mean, the projectile doesn't get in a very big loop, but one perk with this tank is it's fast. The gun fires very fast. The shells is ejected in a very high speed, which means that if you fire at a moving target like that Tiger, I aimed at his rear, fired, and I hit him in the front side and all, while it was still reversing. If I would have fired with a short-barreled artillery that has a very high trajectory arc, I would probably have missed. Sure, I might have hit on top of him if he was standing still, but I would probably have missed the tank. So I don't know if all the Germans have this, all German artillerists have these fast guns, but the G.W.Tiger.P actually has it. And it has good armor, 100 in the front, 80 and 16. I don't know where that 16 is though, maybe it's this plate perhaps. Yeah, it must be that plate. I think that is the same as the M12, the long Tom M40, that they fell this down into the ground and it will be absorbing the recoil from the gun when it's firing. I think it's out for that. Don't know, maybe. But yeah, the G.W.Tiger.P, if you don't have it, get it, like I say with all the tanks. If you do have it, please leave a comment in the sections below. Notify me of how you think this tank performs, and if you have any tips and tricks on it, or if you just have any very good and awesome replays of it, send it to me. There is a link in I think there's a link or an email at my information page on my YouTube channel, so you go there, check that, and send me some replays. Thank you. And now we'll take a look at them. But yeah, do that. Take a look at the tank, or just ask any questions about it, and I will see if I can answer them all. But that will be enough of this tank. And leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to support my work. Share it with your friends and neighbors. And I see you guys and girls in the next video of whatever I make. But till that time, take care of each other now, and bye bye then.